When you think of DBZ characters, I'm sure plenty of crash outs come to mind. Honestly, some of the worst crash outs in fiction come from this universe. So picking a chill crew for a sesh might be harder than organizing an after-work hangout with your coworkers. But surprisingly, there are a few characters I think are pretty mellow. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into picking the ultimate blunt rotation from each saga in Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball Super. Here's how it's gonna work. The characters have to be involved in the saga's story. So I'm not just picking Roshi every time, although let's be real, I wouldn't even do that. That guy's kind of a creep. But yeah, that's pretty much the only rule. And let's go ahead and start with the Saiyan saga. First up, Krillin. Yes, Krillin crashes out here and there, but only when his friends are in danger. And he's also a monk, so I'm pretty sure he knows how to find his zen. And probably a pro at ripping the pen. Bars. Next up, Yajirobe. Yajirobe might be a bit of a sleaze sometimes, but if I brought some snacks to the circle, I'm pretty sure he'd vibe out. Plus, he already gives off stoner vibe energy, and let's be honest, he'd probably take the fattest bong rips you've ever seen. No pun intended. And for the final two spots, I'm gonna go ahead and choose Kami and Mr. Popo. Some people get weird vibes from these two, especially knowing they're connected to the demon realm, but honestly, I think they'd be pretty chill. Not much else to be said. And for location, we're gonna go for the Lookout or Yajirobe's mini lookout. Imagine sparking up under the clearest sky, surrounded by the billions of stars above. Vibes immaculate. Next up, Namek Saga. Moving on to the Namek Saga, most of our favorites are either dead, chilling back on Earth, or what have you, so the options are limited. But that being said, first up, we got Guru. Guru gives off the old head at the family gathering who stays in their room, but you know what they're up to in there. Vibes. He definitely drops some ancient wisdom while the blunt goes around. Definitely a must-have for the sesh. Next up, Nail. Nail's job is literally watching over Guru and protecting Namek from threats. This guy needs a break. A sesh would be perfect to help him de-stress. And I'll have King Kai join the rotation as well. Sure, we need to get him to Namek somehow, but he's gonna be the life of the party with his jokes and overall good vibes. And finally, Mori. After seeing some of the most gruesome stuff in Dragon Ball Z history, Mori deserves a spot. Dude could use the stress relief. And for the location, we're gonna go with Guru's Lookout. Same peaceful vibes as the Saiyan saga, but with 3 suns to keep us warm and lit no matter how late the session goes. Next up, we got the Android/Cell saga. First pick, I'm gonna go with Android 16. He's one of the most chill characters in the entire series, as long as you're not Goku. He's super laid back and in tune with nature, a perfect addition for the blunt circle. Next up, Piccolo. By this point, Piccolo has gone from world conqueror to Earth's protector. He's mellowed out a bit and definitely deserves a spot for the Mary J. Third for this session, Trunks. Trunks went through a lot this saga, and a big blunt sesh may not solve everything, but it'd be a solid start to lifting his spirits. Finally, we got Cell. Hear me out, yes, Cell literally crashes out by blowing himself up, but during the week before the Cell games, he was in a great mood, just vibing out at his arena. With the right herb, I think we can convince him to chill with us. And for the location, we'll pick the Cell Games arena just to increase the chances of him showing up. Moving on to the Buu saga, I'm going to make this one quick. Kabito Kai, Supreme Kai, Grand Kai, and Deborah after he goes back to Otherworld. I want to see how the gods and demons get down. Plus, Grand Kai's playlist of 90s hip-hop would absolutely set the mood for the blunts going around. And for location, we're obviously going to go with the Rose Fields in the Otherworld. Pure Zen. Next up, we got the Battle of Gods saga. First up, Whis and Beerus. Beerus is surprisingly chill when he's not pissed, and Whis is an absolute delight. These two are a package deal, and Whis and Beerus could debate on the best place to get munchies to really end the sesh out with a bang. Definitely must bring them along for the big bong rips. Next up we got Bulma. It's her birthday during this saga. Between being a mom, a genius scientist, and dealing with Vegeta's drama, she deserves to relax. So I feel like she could be a good addition for this sesh. That is, if the next seshie doesn't fuck up the vibes, cause it's Bulma's ex, Yamcha. Listen, Yamcha wasn't directly involved in this arc, but he's got chill stoner energy. I couldn't fit him in anywhere earlier, so I'm making an exception here, and giving him this spot. And for the location, Bierce's planet, a vibe unlike anything else, literally unhuman. For the Universe 6 tournament, we're diving into a lineup of characters that bring unique vibes to the sesh. Let's make our picks. Jocko. Jocko is our intergalactic cop turned storyteller. This guy has traversed the cosmos and apprehended some of the wildest criminals. You know he has stories that would blow your mind while the blunt is going around. Plus, his quirky personality adds a bit of comedic relief to the group. Next up, Monaka. Monaka is that unassuming coworker who surprises everyone by being a low-key legend. He's anxious, sure, but that's exactly why he needs to chill. Imagine this guy ripping a bong hit after a hard day of deliveries. It's therapeutic for everyone involved. Number 3, Kaba. He's pure vibes, and has that wholesome energy. He's the kind of dude who'd hype everyone up and encourage good conversation. Chill, respectful, and a perfect addition. Lastly, Magetta. He's sensitive, but he's also a gentle giant who would bring balance to the circle. His huge metallic lungs could probably make him a heavyweight smoker. And seeing him puff clouds bigger than the rest of us could ever manage to would be hilarious. He's also got a kind-hearted vibe. Definitely a bring-along pick. And for the location, simple, Jocko's spaceship. We're hotboxing the cruiser while zipping around the cosmos. Jocko telling stories, bit of a chill lo-fi beats in the background, stars out the window. It would be unforgettable. For the Goku Black Saga, it's a smaller but maybe more meaningful group. These characters bring a mix of depth, wisdom, relatability, and yeah, all that good stuff. First off, Goku and Vegeta. These two are an obvious pick because they've been through so much together. I didn't pick them earlier because I wanted to find a spot where they could both fit in. They deserve a chance to chill out and maybe find some common ground over a joint or two. Plus imagine how hilarious it would be watching Goku get even more airheaded and Vegeta trying, and maybe failing, to stay uptight. Number 2, Gowasu, the god of tea himself. Gowasu exudes wisdom and chill vibes. If anyone could elevate the sesh with deep insights, it's this guy. He'd probably drop some knowledge that none of us would fully grasp until hours later, but, you know, that's part of the fun. And lastly for this circle is Mai, the most grounded pick here. While Goku and Vegeta are duking it out in their minds or trying to one-up each other, she's the relatable one you can have a down-to-earth conversation with. Session location, Bulma's compound would be the ideal spot. You got pools, luxury seating, and snacks on deck. Everything you could need for a chill sesh. Plus, with Vegeta there, we'd get access to all the amenities for free. This setup ensures everyone's chilled out, including the 2 stubborn Saiyans. Lastly, but definitely not least, the Tournament of Power blunt rotation. This arc is stacked, so I'm counting every Tournament of Power player as a pickable character for this sesh. And first up is my man, Kato Pesla. If you don't know who that is, it's cause he didn't want you to know. He lurks in the nights, waiting for villainy to show its face, only to strike on a moment's notice, keeping his streets safe and being the hero that all desire to be. For no other reason than just me finding him to be a hoot and a hollerer, he will be our first seshi for this arc. Next up, Android 17. I'm putting him here for no other reason than being my favorite character, and being able to light up a J with him would be a dream come true. Other than that, he's a very laid-back guy compared to how he used to be. He's a family man as well as a park ranger now, so I'm sure he's pretty in tune with nature, and knows a thing or two about the crops I would bring along for the sesh. Coming in for our semi-final smoker for this sesh, we got that yard rat guy from that one universe. Not the most flattering intro, but it doesn't diminish on this guy's potential net positive for the blunt circle. Yard ratians are known for their spiritual control, and being in tap with nature. Bro would find new ways to elevate our highs past the realm that mortals thought possible, so he's a must-have here. And finally, we got Master Roshi. Now I know I said I didn't want to be involved with this creep, but he really changed his ways around for the gear up for this tournament, and he gained my respect for that. With that out of the way, Roshi is chill incarnate. Unless shit is really hitting the fan, you won't even see this man flinch. He lives on an island alone with a turtle, surrounded by the seas out past the horizon. If this man isn't a man that knows peace, then one doesn't exist. And with immortality under his belt, He can easily outsmoke anyone who joins up for the sesh. And for location, we're gonna do anywhere in the prelim tournament area. That would be fire. Overlooking that vast spatial area with the skylight how it is, it would be a nice vibe. And those would be my blunt rotations from the start of Dragon Ball Z up until the very end of Dragon Ball Super. The anime at least. Let me know if you enjoyed this kind of video, and a like would really help me to see if y'all want another one of these kinds. For now, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, take care.